Hello and welcome. I'm Pallavi Sharma and you're watching BIZWORLD Weekly, a show that explains some of the top stories of the week that matter. From markets to economics to trends, we bring you the news that you probably missed out during the week. Let's begin with the market check then. Nifty closed below 22,400 points, ending in red, and Sensex lost 240 points. Shriram Finance, Tata Motors, Hero MotoCorp, IndusInd Bank and Hindalco were the top losers on Nifty, while the top gainers were Bharat Electronics, SBI, ICICI Bank, Cipla and NTPC. BSE Midcap and Small Cap shared 0.5% each. On sectoral front, auto, IT, metal, media and realty were down 0.5 to 1% each, while PSU Bank Index was up 0.5%. Markets will be closed on March 14th in the event of Holi. Gold prices saw a modest rise on March 13th. 24-carat gold in India is priced at 8,816.3 per gram, and the cost of 22-carat gold is at 8,083.3 rupees per gram. Rupee appreciated 19 paise to 87.03 against the US dollar in the early trade. Pakistan witnessed a deadly train hijack. Zafar Express, carrying over 400 passengers, including dozens of security personnel, was hijacked. It departed from Quetta at 9 a.m. on March 11. Its final destination was Peshawar, a trip lasting around 30 hours with stops at about 30 stations in Pakistan. As per the railway officials, the attack took place at about 1 p.m. when the train passed through Bolan Pass. The BLA, or the Balochistan Liberalized Army, carried out the attack. The group has been carrying out numerous attacks in the province over several years, and they claimed responsibility for the train hijack. The group has claimed to have killed over 6 military personnel and blown up a railway track, which forced the train to halt. Around 200 passengers were held hostage for a long time while many reached the nearby station. However, after a long standoff, Pakistani security forces stormed the hijacked train, killing around 33 Balochistan Liberalized Army fighters and rescued all the passengers. 21 passengers and 4 security personnel died during the day-long standoff. But who is this BLA and why did it hijack the train? Now, the Baloch people are an ethnic group spread across Pakistan, Iran and Afghanistan. The BLA has accused Pakistan of annexing Balochistan against the will of its people, claiming the region's former ruler Khan of Khalat was forced to sign the instrument of accession in March 1948. The organization is been active since 2011. While Balochistan is rich in minerals and oil, Baloch people are Pakistan's poorest people. The BLA believe that the federal government exploits Balochistan's minerals and oil wealth, and the Baloch population faces economic hardship. The security forces in the region are accused of human rights violations too. The Chinese interests in the region have also grown for the share in mineral-rich resources, and BLA seeks independence for Balochistan. So there have been frequent attacks by this group in Pakistan, including attacks on Gwadar Port, which is the flagship project of China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. With this train hijack, BLA gave a 48-hour ultimatum to the state demanding the unconditional release of Baloch political prisoners, forcibly disappeared persons and national resistance activists. But the operation failed and the BLA fighters were killed by the Pakistani security forces. Talking about neighboring countries, it took us several years to transition from a monarchy to a democracy, but Nepal wants to reverse this and go back to having ruled by a king. Thousands of people in Kathmandu are chanting slogans saying, "Come back, king. We want monarchy. These people were lined up to welcome the former king Gyanendra Shah on March 9. It was not over there. There were bike rallies too in the week with one demand: to bring back the Hindu monarchy in Nepal. The country was ruled by Hindu monarchy for 240 years until 2008, when Gyanendra Shah stepped down from the throne after the parliament voted to abolish the monarchy, transforming the country into a secular republic. Gyanendra became the king in 2002 after his elder brother and his family were massacred in the palace. Until 2005, he ruled as the constitutional head of the state without executive or political powers, after which he seized absolute powers, saying that he was acting to defeat anti-monarchy Maoist rebels. The king then disbanded the government and the parliament, jailed politicians and journalists, and cut off communications, declaring a state of emergency, and used the army to rule the country. The move triggered protests, and in 2006, Gyanendra was forced to hand over the power to multi-party government. The government signed a peace deal with the Maoists, ending the decade-long civil war that caused thousands of deaths. And in 2008, Gyanendra Shah stepped down. He still stayed in the country though. On February 18, he gave a speech urging Nepalis to unite for the defense and prosperity of the country, issuing an appeal to the country to move towards a path of progress. He said the arrogance, personal interest, and dogmatism of the parties and the opposition cannot make a democracy dynamic. Former PM and chairman of the Communist Party of Nepal, or CPM, Unified Socialist, Madhav Kumar Nepal, has ruled out the possibility of the reinstatement of monarchy on March 7. But why do people want the king back now? The Rashtriya Prajatantra Party, or the RPP, was organizing events and rallies in Nepal to reinstate the monarchy. The participation was growing. The change in opinion among people of Nepal was evident, especially because of the post-2008 political instability and widespread corruption. There is trouble within the parliament because Maoist-led former Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal Prachandra has been protesting against the current KP Oli government corruption. And the political instability, well, Nepal has not been having any government completing its full term since restoration of democracy in 1990. So, well, as political parties fail to deliver promises, thousands of Nepalis now want the king back in power. Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited Mauritius on March 11 for a two-day visit and was also the chief guest at Mauritius' 57th National Day celebrations on March 12, where INS Imphal opened its deck for the public. Highlights from the meeting were, well, Modi was the first Indian to be awarded Mauritius' highest civilian honor, the Grand Commander of Order of the Star and Key of Indian Ocean. He is the first Indian to receive this award, and this marks his 21st international award. PM referred to the island nation as Mini India as it has deep-rooted connections with India. Modi emphasized the country's role in India's Sagar initiative and also launched the Mahasagar vision to enhance strategic collaboration. Several MOUs were also signed during his visit, including the local currency settlement system to facilitate trade, white shipping information exchange for maritime security, training programs for diplomats, joint efforts in tackling financial crimes and maritime challenges, MSMEs to jointly promote small businesses, and maritime research and resource management. A massive gift was also the highlight. Prime Minister announced India's commitment to construct a new parliament building in Mauritius as a gift from the mother of democracy. To the Prime Minister Ramagulam and his wife, Modi presented an overseas citizenship of India card. He also gifted them with sacred Sangam water from the Mahakumbh, some makhana, and a traditional Banarasi sari. But why? because Mauritius is important for India too. In the 18th century, the first Indians arrived in Mauritius, which now has a significant Indian population, 70% of Indian origin. In 1800s, the British ruled Mauritius and they wanted workers. So they shipped many Indians to Mauritius in what they called the Great Indian Migration. The ties between India and Mauritius began to get stronger after the country got its independence in 1968. In 1974, India and Mauritius signed the Defence Agreement, where India became the guarantor of Mauritius' security. Since then, India has backed Mauritius in many events like the reclaiming of Diego Garcia. Mauritius is in the Indian Ocean, which is crucial for India, so it has invested millions of dollars in building infrastructure in Agalaga Island in Mauritius, because China is also spreading its presence in the Indian Ocean and India wants to be there too to counter China's influence. It has invested $1.1 billion in infrastructure projects in Mauritius. Mauritius is also economically important for India because it is the top source of FDI to India. So while the history is attached to India and strong ties is what is important to note here, India has been the most reliable ally for Mauritius and hence Modi's visit becomes more significant. Now coming to Jammu and Kashmir, J&K presented its budget last week. Chief Minister Umar Abdullah presented it. He termed it as the roadmap for growth. Why is it a big deal though? Because it is Jammu and Kashmir's first budget in 6 years. The statehood was removed in 2019 and then it was directly ruled by the centre. Now this year there was an election and now it presented its budget too, like every other state. Jammu and Kashmir's economy grew by 4.89% in 6 years. So the growth is fast. Per capita income has gone up by 148% in last 10 years. Unemployment rate is still a problem. It is at 6.1%. Now the growth projection, 7.06% for this financial year, which is more than India's overall growth projection of 6.4%. So this was all about the growth and employment part. Now coming to the budget, what was announced in the budget? Well, the allocation for agriculture was at 815 crore rupees to generate 2.88 lakh more jobs and promote 2 crore pattern and expand horticulture. Tourism was given 390.2 crore rupees, projecting 2.36 crore more tourists to come by. Development of Basoli as an adventure destination and a new water park in Sidara was also announced. Sport and adventure was also mentioned. Water sports will be promoted in Sonmar, which will also be developed as a winter sports destination. Jammu and Kashmir also announced the operationalization of a new film policy to position itself as the prime destination for film production. Now, provisions for grants worth 5,000 crore rupees aimed at boosting regional development was also announced. For industry, 64 industrial estates will be established and a new policy will be in place offering price preferences. Healthcare now, well, 2 new AIIMS institutions, 10 nursing colleges and 5 lakh health insurance coverage for all citizens, and expansion of the medical services, installation of MRI machines in government hospitals was announced. Women empowerment was a big part of the budget. Starting April 1, all women in Jammu and Kashmir will be granted free rides on government public transport. Under the Lakpati Didi scheme, government plans to support 40,000 women in launching micro startups. For the Antyodaya families, 200 units of free electricity will be provided per month, and the government will also provide free 10 kg ration per person to all AAY beneficiaries starting the next financial year. The stamp duty on property transfer to blood relatives has also been eliminated to promote ease of transition and reduce legal disputes. So this was the landmark budget presented by Jammu and Kashmir after 6 years. CM Umar Abdullah also thanked Prime Minister Modi for keeping his word and ensuring timely conduct of elections in the region. He also sought restoration of statehood for Jammu and Kashmir from the Prime Minister. Summers have hit early in India and heat wave is what IMD is predicting in some areas. Last month was the hottest February in India in 125 years. IMD predicts that above normal maximum temperatures and heat waves are likely to persist over March and May too in the country. Mumbai, Delhi already faced it. And this week, IMD said Gujarat, Southwest Rajasthan, Vidarbha and Odisha faced extreme temperatures. It was not bad for all states in India though. J&K, Ladakh, Himachal Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana, UP and some parts of Rajasthan saw some rainfall. Last year too, India witnessed a heat wave impacting crops, health and the economy. Thousands of people died due to extreme weather events, 3,200 in the first 9 months of 2024 alone, as per reports. India is the world's second largest wheat producer and will have to rely on expensive imports if the heat wave is severe and lasts longer like the last year. There are concerns of availability of water for agriculture along with heat wave concerns. Reservoir levels in northern part of India already dropped 28% of its capacity this year as per some reports. Now this could affect the production of fruits, vegetables and dairy. Inflation due to food shortage is a scenario that was seen last year and these climate changes could cost the government and the common man as per some experts. The price of food is just starting to soften, which led to some relief and rate cuts by RBI. But if food inflation hits again, it would not be a good sight for the economy. Heat waves also mean less work. As per a report, India is expected to lose about 5.8% of daily working hours due to heat stress by 2030. The loss will be seen in services, manufacturing, agriculture and construction sector from labor capacity reduction due to extreme heat, and the income loss was at $159 billion in 2021 as per a report. So while India needs to act urgently with the heat wave issue to save lives and give economic stability. Trump's favorite billionaires are concerned because of stocks falling of their companies, and Wall Street was stumbling just before March 12th, when the indices opened higher after February CPI report came out to be cooler than expected. The biggest losers were tech stocks during the 3-week rout, but they rebounded on March 12 too. At the opening bell, S&P 500 rose 52.8 points, which is 0.95%. Nasdaq Composite witnessed a rise of 1.58%. But why did the stocks fall before? Because of Trump's tariff roller coaster and his refusal to comment on recession. Well, in a recent interview, when Trump was asked if US is nearing a recession, he said that he hates to comment on such things and that his administration is changing a lot of things to make America great again, and that will take some time. And then the obvious happened. US stock markets tumbled. Over $1.7 trillion were wiped out in a day on March 11. Later, he went on to clarify that he does not see a recession at all, despite the stock market sell-off.
Do you think there will be a recession?
I don't see it at all. I think this country is going to boom. But as I said, I can do it the easy way or the hard way. The hard way to do it is exactly what I'm doing, but the results are going to be 20 times greater.
But let's talk about recession. Why are Americans suddenly speaking about it now? Recession is broadly defined as a significant decline in economic activity spread across the economy lasting for more than a few months. Indicators could be low production, employment, income and others. The ongoing debate of the potential recession intensified after Trump took office and has been implementing a series of economic measures impacting various factors that could lead to a recession. Let's say one is Dodd's attempt to reduce government spending, which resulted in mass layoffs, defunding federal agencies and termination of government contracts. Adding to this was Trump's push for global tariffs and his back and forth orders. It is uncertain on how these tariffs will be implemented and when. Trump had twice announced implementation of tariffs on Canada and Mexico and then postponed them twice. He has also announced reciprocal tariffs starting from April 2. Now the 50% metal tariffs on Canada on steel and aluminium, that has been halted, so it remains at 25% for now. Canada and EU are swiftly retaliating on Trump's tariffs, with Canada increasing tariffs on the US on a host of products. So there it is, the tariff roller coaster that's worrying the analysts and economists. Why? Well, because tariffs can have ripple effects in various industries, and many businesses are now unsure of the future costs and trade stability because Trump has targeted US's key trading partners. His tariffs can significantly slow down investments and job creation as per experts. Last week, Goldman Sachs raised its odds of recession within the next 12 months from 15% to 20%, and JP Morgan lifted the probability from 30% to 40% owing to extreme US policies. In the last 1 month, Wall Street lost $4 trillion in market value, and the worst is probably still yet to come. Elon Musk's Tesla got a new brand ambassador. It's the US president himself. Donald Trump bought a red Tesla to show support to patriot Musk. The US president shopped for a new Tesla, and Elon Musk helped him pick his brand new Tesla car. Trump went on to praise the car, saying it is a great product and that he paid the full price for the car. The White House posted a picture of Trump and Musk with the Tesla, and the caption read, "Get in, patriots, we have a country to save." Trump said that while he cannot drive the car around himself, he will leave it in the White House and let his staff drive it around. Watch.
I'm going to buy, and I'm going to buy because, number one, it's a great product, as good as it gets. And number two, because this man has devoted his energy and his life to doing this. And I think he's been treated very unfairly by a very small group of people. And I just want people to know that you can't be penalized for being a patriot. And he's a great patriot.
Well, having said that, looks like Elon Musk is really in need of support. Over 300 protesters showed up to Tesla's showroom in Manhattan as a part of a nationwide Tesla takedown protest against Elon Musk. After some protesters occupied the showroom, 6 arrests were made, 5 were reportedly for disorderly conduct, and 1 was for resisting arrest, obstructing government administration. Now, why is this protest happening? Tesla facilities and vehicles are being hit with protest and violence. This is because Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla, has taken a lead role in Trump's cost-cutting task force, DOGE. The agency cut thousands of jobs since its inception. Since then, there has been at least 10 acts of vandalism against Tesla vehicles, dealerships, and charging stations. Elon Musk, though, has attributed protests to billionaires George Soros and Reid Hoffman and organizations like Act Blue, but no evidence has been disclosed to support the claim. Let's talk about Tesla now. Well, it has been facing difficulties. The stock plunged 31% in 1 month. It is trading below the $50 mark. In a recent interview, Elon Musk broke down when asked about Tesla, saying that he has been running so many businesses with great difficulties. Well, that's the concern of shareholders too. He has been leading too many businesses, from space to social media and now politics too. So shareholders are concerned if he is being stretched too much, and is he going to be able to focus on everything, or his focus might just be shifting. But Trump's support has actually turned out good for the struggling stock. It climbed on Tuesday soon after Trump was seen promoting it after it suffered a 15% loss on Monday when the stock market crashed. The stock was up nearly 4% on Tuesday after Trump's promotion. Troubles are just looming on Elon Musk. First, Tesla, now X. The social media platform on March 10 suffered a series of outages, disrupting access to thousands of users across the world. The issue began early in the morning and persisted throughout the day, and the platform was inaccessible for extended periods. Elon Musk then went on to confirm that the outages were a result of a significant cyber attack. He posted on X confirming it. Shortly after Musk's statement, a hacker group called Darkstorm Team claimed responsibility for the attack. The group was founded in 2023 and has been linked to cyber warfare tactic targeting high security systems previously. Now, reports suggest that the cyber attack was likely a distributed denial of service or DDoS attack. These attacks overwhelm a platform server with excessive traffic, which leads to a complete outage. In an interview with Fox News, Musk, however, suggested that the attack may have originated from Ukraine. He said that the IP addresses of the attackers were originating from the Ukraine area. The statement stirred debate online and many users expressed doubt about his claim because experts said that the attackers often mask their locations or route attacks through compromised systems in other countries. X has officially not released any statement detailing the technical specifics of the attack. Musk, however, has confirmed that the tracing efforts are still underway. But when a massive attack like this happens, then the personal details of users can be compromised. This calls for a stricter guideline to stop such attacks on platforms that source so much public data. Elon Musk is rapidly expanding his presence in India. First Tesla, now Starlink is set for India debut. Telecom giants Jio and Bharti Airtel has struck separate deals with Starlink satellite internet service. Both agreements position telecom giants as key distributors for Starlink equipment and services in India. The approvals from InSpace and the Department of Telecom is still pending though, because earlier the Indian government had asked Starlink to keep India's data in India only. But this partnership is a strategic shift because both telecom giants were against Starlink, saying that it should be made to buy spectrum and pay license fee. But now they have embraced SpaceX satellite internet technology as a complement to their existing services. It is huge for both Airtel and Jio because Airtel holds 21.2% stake in Eutelsat OneWeb, which is a direct competitor to Starlink, and Jio also has been developing its own satellite internet service through a joint venture with SES. Now, both have access to SpaceX advanced satellite technology. For consumers, though, this means more connectivity, especially for those in rural areas without reliable internet access. It could ultimately deliver high-speed internet connectivity to previously undeserved regions. Now, this is very important because satellite's internet is not dependent on cable, fiber or phone lines, which is not well developed in rural areas. Like a satellite TV, satellite dish will receive radio waves transmitted from satellites in low or high Earth orbit. The internet service providers will use data centers to connect to an internet network to funnel information back to your receiver dish. So it's a great development for the country and the telecom companies if used efficiently to bring connectivity to the rural areas, because despite government initiatives, internet penetration in India remains at approximately 47%, leaving 700 million people without stable access. But this is not easy too, because Starlink products are expensive. Starlink's one-time hardware fee is of 25,000 to 35,000 rupees and monthly subscription costs at 5,000 to 7,000 rupees. This is significantly higher than India's broadband average revenue per user, which is around 400 to 600 rupees. So the cost is something that Starlink will have to figure out once it gets an approval in India. Kannada actress Unanya Rao has been arrested in one of the biggest gold smuggling cases in Bengaluru, the Directorate of Revenue Intelligence or DRI this week released a memo detailing the evidence against Rania Rao in the case. She was arrested on March 3 after attempting to smuggle 14.8 kilograms of gold into India. As per the guideline, Indian passengers returning from Dubai after staying for over 6 months are allowed to bring up to 1 kg of gold in their baggage, provided they pay the applicable customs duty, and the gold must be in the form of jewelry, bars or coins, and proper documentation also should be there. So this was a clear case of smuggling, which Rao admitted before her arrest. She said that she smuggled gold from Dubai to India on at least 2 previous occasions, evading customs duties worth around 4.83 crore rupees. She admitted possessing 17 gold bars to DRI as per reports. She also disclosed that she traveled not just to Dubai but also to Europe, America and West Asia. But how did she smuggle so much gold? Well, the DRI memo has now cleared the series of events. Rao allegedly attempted to pass through the Green Channel at the Bengaluru airport, stating that she had no dutiable or prohibited goods to declare. However, the metal detector alerted the security. DRI officers intercepted Rao upon her arrival, and a detailed search revealed that she wrapped gold bars around her waist and calves using bandages and tissues. Other bars were cut in pieces and were hidden in her shoes and front pockets. Rao failed to provide proof of her purchase too. Rania Rao is the stepdaughter of Ramachandra Rao, who is the Director General of Police at Karnataka State Police Housing Corporation. Authorities said that she has visited Dubai 30 times in a year, including 4 times within just 15 days. Investigators found that Rao had allegedly managed to evade strict customs checks because she was reportedly accompanied by a police escort who helped her pass through the security. Following her arrest, the DRI seized gold jewelry valued at 2.06 crore rupees and cash amounting to 2.67 crore rupees from her residence. For more such news and views, keep watching ET Now, and a happy Holi to all of you.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.